Jones since 22, 24, 26, 32 ounce pretty blue. Stuff in your puppy, snuffing with my fuck stick. 22-cent booty pick, 24 make movie flick, 26 mile high club, 3 Sims in the bathtub, Geechee for the lap up. Pray to God you meet each other and mother some. Ask you to hate me, cause I fucked her best friend. She wanted to be a lesbian. Me too, fat bitch on the E2. Back boom on E2, beat you, slide to your one walls. Ebony, POV, met you on Pornhub. Hashtag all cats, fat ass, no water. Book is money daughter. Oh!
You look strong. You look strong coming through that joint. Like from the gym or something. You just You look.
Falsehood. Y'all trying to say some
You
real,
look
man.
strong.
We up in here once again,
It's a dude at my
everybody.
job. Real quick side note. It's a dude at my job. They confused me with him. This man got me about 30 pounds. They was like, "You look like such and such." I said, "What?"
Is it a racist thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it a, you know what I'm saying? It's like a whole bunch of white people saying, like, you guys look alike.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
See, there you go.
If it's that, then
It's
that's
the size,
that's,
though. The size of him is like, yeah, he a big dude, though. So. But yeah,
Just in
what's up?
case this y'all first time tuning in,
We are
the one,
the only.
the two,
Two
real
Real
radio.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, man?
Happy to be up in here once again. Happy to be alive.
Always. Had to take a week off, recharge, rejuvenate.
Yeah, come back
You know what I'm
strong.
saying?
right?
Yeah, come on strong. You know, get your. I didn't come in from the gym. I'm still so shoulder sagging and shit. But
I gotta
I'm
say
good.
this before we go on.
What's
I want
up?
to give a special thank you to the staff, the doctors, the cleaning people, everybody that work at Children's Hospital.
Oh, no doubt, yeah.
Y'all are wonderful.
Yeah. You're right
I
about
think
that.
sometimes we don't realize because we
Yeah.
live here
yeah.
that they one of the best in the
They-
in
I'm
the
you
world.
know
probably.
I got the asthmatic one. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I done a couple overnights. Not
So,
even overnight. I done weekend
If
stays.
anybody
and
from
stuff, yeah.
Children's National Medical Center is watching this, I want to say thank you.
Y'all the shit.
Shout out, yeah.
Straight up. I'm gonna
for
say
taking
like
care
you
of
know
my
I'm,
baby.
they you know they and it's such an unpleasant having them. You know they all hooked up in tubes and shit beeping. And then they so uncomfortable. They got to stay on this little bed for you know. But they get it done, man. They got you know they definitely shout out to them. They make the stay bearable.
You know, I used to work there for a hot summer.
For real?
My DC summer work job. Shout out DC summer work.
Shout out to that.
Shout out.
A lot of people started out in that.
Shout
Miss
out to Barry,
Terencia. I
man.
don't know if she's
Barry
still
was the
around.
man
Miss
for that,
Terencia,
man.
yeah, she's
Shout
a
out
cool
to Murray
lady,
and
though,
Barry.
man.
Rest
Yeah,
in peace.
Barry, you know, a lot of things Barry put in place, man. A lot of people remember, but you know, a lot of these generations not gonna see. They're not gonna have that summer works and.
So the summer works is gone. They don't got the summer works program?
I
don't think they got it like we had.
I don't think it was as we got to check on it. I don't have my computer today.
Okay.
I don't think it's as widespread. If it is, I don't think it's as like you said, like it was when we were younger. Everybody had a summer works job. I didn't have one.
Oh, man, I was
I ran
all
wild.
over-
I ran
all
wild. I went to
over the
camps and
city,
shit,
man.
traveled, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
the DC fresh.
I wanted
cleaning
to,
up,
though.
Potomac Gardens, all that good stuff. Yeah.
So
What are we talking about today?
what we got today?
I
We
like how
got
you took it back old school with the 25
this is my type of
man.
this is my type
Bag
of
of
the
the
big
week.
bag, the
Right.
big bag of the cat. You know the big bag of
Open
gummies.
bags
That's
of the
not
week.
really-
Open bags of the week. We got the Haribo berries.
There you go. You can't go wrong with that. I ain't never seen them though.
Delicious.
I can
But
honestly,
them
I don't think
Haribo
I've
joints
ever
be slick,
had.
though.
I don't think I've
Oh,
ever
I'm
had.
gonna keep finding
What
it.
do you think? You do your
keep with the
sponsored by. I'm gonna
exclusive.
try to.
Anything by
The
Haribo.
red hats though, the
I'm gonna
25
try
cent
it.
joint.
I'm gonna at least try it once. I'm gonna at least try it. Got the crunchy,
Okay, so it's crunchy one.
crunchy with the
So
with the
it's a
gummy.
crunchy gummy.
Uh huh.
There we go. Okay.
Switching it up for you. Then you gonna take it back with the bontons. We got the hat bontons.
That's my type of thing. Excuse me. I'm a texture guy.
Oh, let's go.
The hat bontons.
Oh, you
I
gotta
don't
use
like-
mine,
I don't
huh?
like that.
Oh, no.
I had to get the hat bontons because I can't find the barbecue Fritos no more.
Oh, okay. So here,
Yeah.
Regular barbecue
I'ma tell you what
Fritos, I
happened.
can't
Yeah.
find them. I don't like the
I
twisty.
keep doing them honey
I
twists.
don't like the,
honey
the
barbecue.
I'm gonna
regular
tell you about them in a
barbecue.
minute. I'm gonna tell you
So
what
this the
happened.
closest I can get to that. So
Bontons,
barbecue
tough.
bontons, the hot ones.
So you can only find barbecue Fritos in the small bags at the vendors. on the whatever. It's a regional thing. They just for some reason they stopped selling them to this side of the
crazy.
I
country
did
or
hear that
something.
before too. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I remember asking that because I don't like the honey barbecue twist. I don't really.
Ew.
I'll settle for that. I used to settle for the chili cheese, but I'm not really a fan of the chili Fritos.
I just want the regular
The
barbecue
barbecue
joints.
Frito. Oh, you can get them in the big bag, the $3, $3.29.
Yeah, the big joint.
You know
Regular
what I'm
barbecue
saying?
joints,
And the
and I
problem with
can't
that
find them,
is
so gotta help.
that's kind of like a
Had
personal
to
bag
take it
of them
on to the
junkies you can't get,
Montans.
so you got to go to like out of state to get them. Out of state, other states have them. They just thrown all around. They just
I'm on the lookout for
certain
you.
areas have certain flavors, and I guess enough people weren't buying the regular barbecue for them to start shipping them this
I'm on
way.
the
I guess it's
lookout
all
for you.
cost.
Barbecue.
Think about it, they brought
Fritos.
the ranch joints back. Remember ranch was gone for a while. The ranch Fritos,
No,
they
you
back.
had
They back
jalapeno.
now.
I like jalapeno. Jalapenos pretty
Jalapeno
good.
Fritos?
Jalapeno Fritos.
That's why. That's
And it's only in certain stores though. And
That's why.
That's what I'm saying, right? Certain
That's why I
spots.
can't get the barbecue joints because y'all want to be
Yeah,
all
'cause
new
we
school
getting
with the
fancy with
jalapeno and all this.
They good though.
Yeah, them
They
ranch
good. They
joints
good.
are
barbecue
good tight.
joints.
Across a whole bag of them joints.
Oh, hold up.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah.
Hold up.
Excuse us.
Don't forget
The
about
25-cent ice cream
the
truck
25-cent
represent.
box
There you go.
of the Chewy Red Hot
Gotta get the chewies though. The
And
chewy joints though. Yeah.
kicking mango lime.
Slice it up. Hold on.
I don't know if y'all really into this new hot thing they got going on with some of the
man,
candies
that whole
now.
hot candy, nah, I ain't.
I don't-
I ain't even
I
like
don't-
Warheads. Remember Warheads back in the
Right.
day? I wasn't a
those
big
are
fan
sour.
of.
I do.
But remember, no, the Mega Warheads, the one that was hot, and then they got,
Yeah,
then they got sweet and shit. But it started off hot though.
I'm probably weird as hell. I got some on my tongue.
You say what?
I had some on my tongue.
See,
so
see
was
me,
probably crazy as shit
I'll
for a
just
second
eat
on camera.
I'll just eat a few.
See how long the heads
you
that
know,
come off your
just eat a
tongue.
few.
and shit.
I used to buy the
Keep it in your
sour
purse.
warheads to.
I got
I used to buy the sour warheads just to see people's reaction when they ate.
When they
them.
ate the
But
joints, right?
I'm
Yeah.
not. Nah, I'm not a hot candy. I never really was a hot candy.
Mommy, can I have
like
some
hot
candy
food, though.
here?
Yeah, go ahead. Slide
Give
them
them some of
joints,
these.
right.
I like
Don't
hot
ask for no
food.
more.
I like hot food. Are they that hot for real?
No.
No,
But
I like hot food.
when
I
you
don't like.
expect
I
The
don't
something
like
atomic
hot.
joint.
sweet.
Remember the atomic, the fireball joint.
I don't like that shit.
But the thing
either.
with that was, if you
it's
could
all
keep
cinnamon.
it,
Yeah.
if you could keep it in your cheek though, because remember eventually it would start burning your cheek. That was always the little,
I just never had
little
the
concept.
hot food. Never really
It's
got
open.
the
Go ahead and
hot
try one.
snacks.
try
Never really got with me. You know what I'm saying?
So you said it's habanero peppers. All right, cool.
Not habanero.
All right, crack it roll. She would have done.
Something different, you know. I like to try different little, you know.
Oh yeah, Word.
You know,
I like it.
right? You
He
know.
likes it. He likes it. Yeah, that's pretty good.
With the barbecue ball
That's pretty
sauce on the
good,
side.
like, yeah.
Good combination.
And then
right?
the heat come in
Then the
like
heat
at the end.
at the
You know
end,
what I mean?
right,
So
right
you
at
get
the
the
end,
mango and
right,
all that good shit in it. I
Right
suppose. So.
This week, anything this week? Anything interesting this week? Other than the Trump ship is starting to really see signs of really sinking.
Nancy Wilson passed away.
Yeah, Nancy
Rest in
Wilson.
peace.
Yeah, 80.
Rest in
Who's she?
peace.
80, 81? 81?
Beautiful man, beautiful lady. too,
Yeah, that was
man.
a rough joint.
Dang, I ain't hear about that. That's
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
time
She
I heard
That
passed
was
away,
yesterday.
I think yesterday.
I want to say yesterday.
it. Where was that?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Must have been asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got the
but
time.
well, you know the
They
funny
slept
thing
right
is,
through it, huh?
Right,
Yeah.
slept
it's
right
crazy
through.
if you don't really watch TV,
Which I don't.
if you don't really listen to the radio, then you're gonna miss. And if you're not, especially if you're not on Instagram, Facebook, any type of social media like that, you're definitely gonna miss
whole
any
bunch of
type of
stuff.
notice that comes across the,
Right.
I got the text from my man. He hit me up this morning and was like, yeah, she passed away. And I was like, oh, shit. Now, it's sad, though. I already thought she was dead, though. Ain't that the sad thing? Ain't that sad, though? When somebody texts you, you be like,
I'm
I
mourned
thought you was
already and
already
shit.
dead. Like, I mean, that's messed up, though. But
Like, damn, son.
rest in peace. Though. I think,
Yeah.
what, 90-something, though? I think.
Betty White been dead for about 20 years.
Betty, but hold, Betty,
Yeah, see, don't.
Betty,
But
White,
she
Betty
has
White.
See, right, that's what I'm about to say.
But nah,
Right.
Betty
She
White
had-
still
People think
kicking.
she
Nah,
is. She's still
nah,
kicking,
Betty
though.
White
Right.
still kicking,
Right,
making
right, but
jokes.
people
Yeah,
think
I'm about to say
that.
don't. I got really sad on that one. I was
Right.
like, Betty White, no. She was like one of the first white women to let really let the white dudes shine. I mean, the black dudes shine or whatever. She would bring people on. When she was on those shows
Oh, when she was
way
doing
back.
shows
or
back in
whatever,
the day,
yeah.
yeah.
I think she was letting them hit.
Nah,
Betty,
she pretty- yeah,
Betty,
she
Letting them
Betty was fat.
hit.
She was fat back in the day.
Stop
yeah.
it.
On the low.
Not letting them hit.
Let it hit, though. Yeah.
She was fat. So,
Man, what's on the agendas?
today it's all about body care, man. It's all about taking care of your body, man. Getting your softs on, getting your getting your
Loving
head together.
yourself.
So we have Miss Whitney from Red Dirt Body Products. I just yeah.
That's an interesting name.
That's what I
Red
was
Dirt.
saying.
That's
Like, you know
very,
what I'm saying?
very-
I had to
You
ask
wanna
her, how
explain
does
it
she
to
want
us,
me to,
right?
how does she want me
Yeah.
because it just felt wrong for me to say Whitney from Red Dirt. And people
Right.
like, Red Dirt. You know, so, but they do body scrubs and stuff like that. So we'll, like you say, figure out the name and all that. And
Cool.
we'll take a short break.
Quick.
And
Quick.
I'm sorry, I had a bunch of edibles today, and I'm really dragging. So we'll take a short break, and then we'll get her up here, and then we'll get back to your regularly scheduled program.
To radio.
We're back.
Yes, we are.
Got Chuck back in his box. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I love the box, yo. You know what I'm saying? I be secretly hating because you got your own box. One day we gonna get everybody gonna have their own box.
Hey, we all need to come in the box.
We gonna leave up here blank and put everybody squished in the box together.
Invite y'all to the box one day.
It'll be cozy. It'll be real cozy. So we're joined right now by Whitney from Red Dirt.
Red Dirt.
Yes.
Hi,
Hey,
thank you.
what's up?
Thank you for coming to our show, Whitney
for
from
inviting
Red Dirt.
So
Is that at Red Dirt?
It's at Red Dirt Natural.
At Red Dirt Natural.
At
Y'all go
Red
find
Dirt
it on
Natural.
Instagram
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So where'd that come from? Like, you know, Red Dirt. Like, how
Yeah, everybody out. Yeah, get me right.
It keep falling a little bit. There you go.
Perfect, thank you. So people ask me that a lot. It was inspired by my grandparents. Like the whole product line, all the products are inspired by women in my family. And my grandparents are from a really small town in East Texas called Roxton.
I'm from there.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just playing.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I take everything literally, so you can't like joke with me like that.
You got her good.
No,
You got her good in a way.
But no, like nobody's ever heard of it.
Yeah, I'm about to
It's,
say,
like,
yeah,
a
I never
super
heard of it.
teeny tiny town.
So Roxton. Okay.
And Red Dirt is actually like a different kind of soil that they have in different parts of the country. So I just thought it would be like a cool nod to my family and my
Red Dirt.
grandparents.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
Yep. Thanks.
So now that we got the name out of the way,
Yep.
what is Red Dirt?
So we're a line of products for your hair, face, and skin, and it's all natural and all multifunctional. So kind of the idea behind it is to help people live a more waste-resistant life. A lot of products, because they have to add a lot of things to make them shelf stable, they really only have one use. So you have like a conditioner that can only go on your hair, or a lotion that you can't put on your face. So all of my products, because they're natural, they don't have additives, they don't have parabens, all that kind of stuff, they're multifunctional. So the hair and body butter you can put on your hair, your body. People use it as a lip balm, as a cuticle oil. It melts down really easily, so it can be like a really easy massage oil. And then there's a hair and facial oil that you can use on your face, your hair, your body. There's a scrub that you can use on your body and also your face. So it's just all about getting a little bit more use out of your products and keeping it natural.
So what made you want to
Natural,
start
you
it,
can
though?
do
Like,
that, y'all.
Yeah, natural. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. So what made you
Absolutely.
want to start the whole thing though? Like where'd that come from? Like
Yeah.
from the beginning to where you at now? Like what was
Well,
that process like?
So the company itself is actually pretty new. Like, we'll be 1 year on December 24th. So
cool.
still
That's what's happening.
really new.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Pre-credit.
I'm excited.
Follow their dreams,
A
y'all.
little early, but congratulations.
Still
Thanks.
doing it.
But I've always been kind of like a DIY person. I'm a creative person, so I like the idea of like putting different things together and figuring out how it's going to turn out, or creating something that didn't exist before. So I have been making different like body products and hair products, I would say, for like 10 years. And then maybe like a couple years before I started Red Dirt, friends and family had been like, you should really sell this, because I would give it away as like gifts. And I was like, there's so many different people doing that. But I got some really good advice from one of my best friends, and I always tell people this: if you're thinking about starting something, just because other people do it doesn't mean that you don't have something to add to that space. Like, we all have our own gifts, our own little magic that we can take something that someone else has done and make it special. So that really inspired me, and I went ahead and did it.
That's excellent.
That's tight.
And that's true too.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I
everybody
made my
can't
own
do.
order, made my hair grow back, and I just had to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, everybody
Hell
can't
no.
do. You're gonna do something different. You're gonna have your own touch to whatever you're gonna do.
Exactly.
And some people, even though some people may have been, in business before you 2, 3, 4, 5 years, they may not be taking those same steps
Exactly.
that you're taking. Researching what they're putting into whatever they're doing. So you said that your stuff is shelf stable, and you were saying that no parabens, no extra additives, nothing.
So it's actually not shelf stable.
Not shelf stable.
It lasts for like a year or two. The same as like
That was
if
my
you were to
question.
buy like olive oil, it would go bad
Eventually.
after a couple years.
Okay.
Yeah, it's food grade.
So it's like an
So use
experiment
it.
type
That's-
thing
that's
that
what she
you
basically
did to
saying.
come up with the different formulas.
You buy it
and
and you
stuff,
use it, people.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
Don't leave it
You
sit
can't
there.
you can't let it sit.
You use
It was a little bit of a lot of things. Like, some of it was experimenting, some of it was definitely like researching. My mom was always really into like natural stuff and herbs, and like she was doing yoga like 20 years ago, like way before it was like popular.
Before it was trendy.
Yeah.
Right.
So I
Right.
think just growing up with her, she always had these little like books around where you could research like what different plants were and what they meant and what they did. So I think I had a lot of that just like in me from growing up with her. And then just kind of a lot of it was my intuition, and that's part of like my tagline is like natural, intuitive, made by hand. Because it's just like me putting stuff together and adding, removing, and kind of like figuring out like what I like the best. Like my first product, Gertie Bell Hair and Body Butter, I worked on that formula for a year, just like adding, removing, and sometimes like if I came across like a particular issue, I would Google and say like, why is it coming out this way, and then I would figure it out. But it was really a mix of a lot of different things.
Cool.
Research. Trial and error.
Google
Yeah,
University.
Google, yeah, Google you. right?
Google
is
you.
great.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
YouTube you. You know
Google
what I'm saying?
YouTube. Yep.
I lost myself talking about YouTube you in my. In my
No,
own-
because you can use other people's research. You know
No,
what
no,
I
I had
mean?
a, I had a really good
Exactly.
question.
There's a lot of
I just had a
good
really good question for it. And it just went out when I thought we got to YouTube.
Edibles.
Yeah, it is.
edibles,
I can formulate the thought, but I can't
Wrap.
hold on to it. Yeah,
White curl around.
Now I'm gonna make myself go crazy trying to think of what I was about to ask her.
It'll come back to you.
Oh, go ahead. Somebody follow up. I can't. Y'all go see. Y'all sitting here waiting on me to come up with the question that I had, and I can't because I'm not. Because I'm thinking about the question.
Well, one thing with me is like I had a friend. We used to call him the oil man, Dr. Smell.
Okay.
He used to do his thing, and he used to take
there
the
you go.
oils,
Write it down.
heat them, put them
Yeah.
together, and come up with all these different type of formulas and stuff like that. And he's the one that showed me like, yeah, man, if you just take these ingredients and then you start working with them, and then you start figuring out what works best for you.
Exactly.
So he had like his own, hand stuff. His hands never would chap and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Or never crack, just because of all the stuff that he did to, figure out for himself
Right.
what worked.
Dude, that's what I was. Holistic medicine.
Yeah.
Like I always keep saying, like the doctor had told me at one point that whoever the company is that makes Unilever, they want to give you partial medicine. They want to give you a bit of this and a bit of this and a little bit of this to keep you, you know, when you can go ahead and get the whole plant and then treat yourself. Grow you some aloe vera in your kitchen, and you know that'll do instead of going to get lotion with aloe vera in it. You know,
Sure
what I mean?
will.
That's true. Right.
And they're definitely not trying to, you know, they're not trying to give you the secrets to what they're selling you. So, where can we find your
The products.
Yes, ma'am.
So go to our website www.reddirthandmade.com.
Red Dirt.
Now, do you
Okay.
find that there's a difference in how your products work on different skin tones, or it's different?
I think probably less. Well, yeah. So there are a few. And kind of like similar to what you were saying, like
I didn't want to say
with,
tone. I was saying something else. I didn't want to go further, so I stopped. At something else.
Well, no, I
mean,
get what you're saying.
Does it work for everybody? Different ethnicity,
Yeah.
ethnicities, yeah. Do you?
Well, like people within the same like race or whatever, everybody has their own body chemistry. That's why that guy could figure out what was working on him, because everybody's body is a different temperature. We all have different amounts of hydration depending on our diet, our environment, our ancestors, all that kind of stuff. But a lot of the products are inspired by things that people of color have been using for a long time. Like obviously shea butter is something that, you know, our ancestors harvested thousands of years, and it works really well on our hair and our skin because it's from, you know, where we're from. And then in the oil, the main ingredient is jojoba oil.
There we go. See, I was gonna say jojoba, but it's jojoba.
Yeah.
Jojoba. There
And
you
it's
go.
it's a Native American
Jojoba.
word.
Yeah.
I don't know like what tribe the language is from or whatever, but that's something that indigenous people have been using for a long time, and it, you know, worked really well on their hair and skin. So I do try to do that level of I guess like personalization. My products are definitely like for Black women and Black men.
Y'all heard it. Y'all
Not
heard it.
that,
Y'all
like-
heard it. Y'all heard it.
Not that I mean I have
Levy cater
lots.
to you.
I mean, exactly. And like if you go to my Instagram and my website, it's very clear who the audience is. And it's not that I don't have customers that aren't Black. Like I've been really fortunate to do pop-ups and workshops and have a lot of different women and men come in and purchase it, and that's great. But the primary audience is, you know, people who look like me, because it's created
That's where it came from. That's right.
by me. So
I mean, and they're not really. I mean, they're starting to market to us now. You know, thank you, Obama. No, for real, a lot of that happened because Obama made it okay to market to Black people. Made it okay to put us in commercials.
They marketed a lot of interracial. You see that?
Yeah, they don't market
is that?
directly
You see
to us, but they market to us.
They doing a lot. Like
Yeah, there
every
is no,
single
there are no,
couple
there are
is
no
like-
Black couples anymore. There's
like,
only
what
interracial
the-
couples.
Do they show
yeah.
anything? Anyway,
But those
I digress.
are. I imagine those would be good for everybody. If we're all the cradle, we started the civilization, and so everybody needs that shea butter in their life.
The butter.
But that's
true.
another. You know, we had the
Butters.
Shea Yaleen
Butters,
came
butters.
through
Yeah, that's
before,
right,
and
yeah.
they
That's
were
right.
saying the shea butter, and it's seems like the jury's out. You know what I'm saying? It's unanimous. It's shea butter, cocoa butter.
Now, is your product soft or is it like hard? Because I got some shea butter in the house. You know, like my cousin, she makes some. You know what I mean? But it you know, it's kind of tough until you know actually
Warm it up.
get it in your hand and all that. Or is yours like creamy or is it?
yeah, I can give you some later, but it's blended with 8 oils and resins, so it actually has a pretty different texture than just like raw shea butter, or like raw cocoa butter. We all like grew up using that, and I hate how like greasy and hard that was. So that was part of the like 1 year
glistening.
process of like,
Yo, you get the gun.
you know.
Shining.
I mean, it
Oh,
is
you know
still
who got
like,
the cocoa butter on when they come in the They smell.
Right.
They smell
Oh my
like
God,
chocolate.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? And they look
like chocolate.
they about to melt a little bit. Like
Right, yeah.
your face running a little bit.
So I mean, it's a little bit softer
Yeah.
because it's blended with the other stuff.
All right, cool.
That's dope. That's
Good
dope.
texture. It's a good texture.
I had another one. Then I started talking about
RedDirtHandmade.com.
www.reddirthandmade.com, y'all.
I got it. See, you got to keep talking so my brain to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So, what are your most popular Most popular products.
So I only have 3 products right now.
Okay.
And the most popular one is definitely the first one. Gertie
Don't say
Bell.
only. Don't say only 3. Don't be like
Well,
only 3.
I don't want to have a lot. Like it is like
Red
a
dirt handmade.
Deer Park got water. You know what I'm saying? It's not only water. It's Deer Park. You know what I mean?
It's,
So you know.
it is an intentionally minimalist line. Like I'm not
Handmade.
trying to have,
Red
dirt
have a bunch of
handmade.com,
stuff.
right?
But the hair and body butter, which is the shea butter base, is blended with 8 oils and resins. That's definitely the most popular. It's super versatile. People can use it on babies, kids. A lot of moms have written and said, like, you know, my daughter has like dry skin or eczema or whatever, and I put it on there and it helps to stop the itching. It has a lot of really good stuff in there: tea tree oil, frankincense essential oil, things that are really healing. And like I said, it's super versatile. Like pretty much any hair type, even if your hair is like bone straight, even like a little bit of like of the hair and body butter like on the tips of your hair, like while it's wet, just to add like a little extra like nutrients and vitamins and stuff. So yeah.
What's the price point on that?
$15.
$15 on that, y'all. And how big is the jar?
It's 2 ounces.
2 ounces.
That's what's up.
2 ounces.
But a little bit goes a long way. Like really,
Little bit
people
goes-
don't believe me, but you don't go through that really quickly.
Yeah. And you said you can put it everywhere, your lips and hands and all that. Yeah.
That's
I wouldn't put it. Some people put it on their face, but I don't recommend to put it on their face because it has coconut oil,
And
which
tea tree
is
oil.
What's up with
Tea
coconut
tree
oil?
oil too, right?
Yeah.
I put that on my face every morning. What's up
Well,
with
this is
coconut
the thing. I hear
Calm down.
I hear this
Calm
from
down.
everybody. Coconut oil is what they call comedogenic, which just means that it's known to clog pores. But everybody's body is different. So some people can put it on their face every day,
know
have
that.
beautiful skin,
Yeah.
and somebody else, like I have acne prone skin, so like for me, anything, like I'll break out. So it just depends on the person. But I think with anything, before you put any kind of cosmetic or anything on your face, test it on like your neck or like a less sensitive area to see if you have like a reaction first. And if you don't, go ahead.
That's cool. All right, okay. All right, cool.
I normally do like right here.
Yeah,
That works.
I got a big thing with coconut
I
oil
like
in the
coconut
house.
oil, but I found that it's too thin for me. I need something that's thicker.
Yeah.
I
Same.
soak it up.
Yeah,
It's
me
just
too.
like,
I used to put
it's
it
just
on
gone.
my hair, like, and I would wonder like why my hair would just be like immediately dry.
Right.
the
It
next
didn't
day.
work on my hair. Even my hair
Yeah.
actually broke off and fell out when I was just using coconut oil. I had to
Yeah.
reevaluate my whole entire life.
There's a
I
whole
bought a
thing.
coconut
My
oil. You
whole
want it in the
entire
house?
life.
I ain't using
Yeah, I
this
don't
joint. I don't
even-
think I'm gonna use it anymore.
No,
I can't-
it's
I can't
great.
even-
A
I
lot
can't
of
even
people.
go
Because
there.
I've noticed that too, though. That I'll put it on and I still feel like
Even after the rub,
Yeah.
you still feel.
dry.
yeah.
But you do have to.
You need that shade. You need that shade.
I'm
You
telling
need
you,
that
that's the
eight
crazy.
resin
eight-
mixture.
yeah, the eight-
The
Oh,
eight
right.
essentials.
Yeah,
The eight
yeah.
essential.
Talk
oil,
about to
yeah.
balance everything out.
But no, even everything I've had that had coconut, any type of topical that I've had that's been infused, has always had shea butter in it. Something it just doesn't, like you said, coconut. It literally feels like you in the kitchen and you baking, you get butter on your hands and you get
Sits on top of it.
Yeah, it doesn't. Like you said, it doesn't soak. It sits right on top of whatever's going on.
Yeah.
So another thing that people don't realize is, so all of my products are oil based, not water based. Like if you buy like a bottle of Jergens, it's like water based.
Oh, okay.
So with any kind of oil based product, you want to be a little bit damp, like your hair or your skin or whatever, so that the oil is like kind of trapping in the water and you're not just putting it on top
There
of
we
dry
go.
skin. So
There
that's
we
also
go.
like a thing with any kind of oil.
I used to
I
do
know
the
that.
baby oil almost like right out of the shower.
Exactly.
And then just rub
Yeah.
until
And then you get
till
really
everything
soft.
is just
Yeah.
But then
rub it for a long
yeah,
time,
forever.
boy. You
Being
be
at your
there like,
forever.
Jesus Christ. Like,
like
you
you
too
ready?
much?
Look like you
Give me the
ready.
towel. Let me wipe some
Like
of
you
it
ready
off.
for Thanksgiving, shining it. But then the problem with me is I get hot. I get hot fast. So having oil on my skin is just a no go. I'll be sweating all day long, like just underneath. I maybe look good from here down, here up, but from here down, it's, you know what I'm saying? I'm dripping. You know what I'm saying? I'm basting in here. Yeah, it's real. So I try to stay away from anything oily, anything, because I just. So one more time, your IG, yeah.
Oh, IG is reddirt_natural.
Website, anything?
Okay,
else?
so that's
Website
underscore
is-
natural and then.
I know, I forgot
Red.
that.
Okay, I got you.
And the website is reddirthandmade.com.
reddirthandmade.com and reddirt_natural.
Yes.
On
On
Instagram.
IG. Yeah.
Now, is there anything you notice the
Okay.
difference when it's cold versus when it's like summertime? Like for example, like Vaseline in the wintertime, versus Vaseline
Hey,
in the
Vaseline too
summertime.
thick,
like,
Joe.
Yeah.
Now I know it is thick though,
Anything
but
that
it
you
will
put-
keep you
anything
right
you
though.
just
Like if you
stick
put that
your
joint in
finger
between
in,
your,
and it don't, and it
you ain't gonna
doesn't.
have no crust in between the joint for
And
the
you,
rest
when
of the
you,
day though.
it doesn't fall. Like if you put your hand in Vaseline and do like it does not
it's
fall, or it just be
It's
on
a
there.
gel,
Like, that's-
young. It's petroleum
No.
jelly.
No,
Young.
thank you.
Now, real
No,
quick, is
thank
Vaseline
you.
good for you? Is it? It's not really, or is it?
I don't know if it's
And not Vaseline, petroleum jelly, not
Petroleum jelly.
Vaseline brand.
I don't
petroleum
know
jelly,
if
that's what
it's
I'm talking
good
about.
or bad.
You
for
could
you.
get the dollar store brand.
Yeah, that's
and it is
what I'm
the
saying. Yeah.
exact
And we don't want to get
same
sued, so we talking
thing.
about
And that
petroleum
coconut,
jelly.
that coconut smelling one. What?
You say it depends,
It's
though?
just too thick
It just
for me,
depends
man.
on it,
Just-
or it is good, or
See,
I said, I
you
don't
gotta
know.
use
Oh,
it
you
for
say
certain
it's good.
things.
Oh, okay.
Like if you
Yeah.
got the feet, you could rub it on your feet, put the socks on.
I couldn't imagine my feet
The heel,
being
your
like
heel
it's
get
just
a
so
little,
thick.
your
Just-
heel get a little thick
I'm
in the
claustrophobic.
crusty area.
I'm claustrophobic, so stuff like that even
A
bothers
little
me.
bit of Vicks on there with the
That
socks.
thick joint.
You gotta
What's
hook
that
it
other
up.
joint? The Aqua 4?
Real
That
thick.
real
Base
thick.
Base it
Oh,
all
that's
night.
good.
But yeah,
Real
no,
thick
I
Aqua
I've had that
4.
before.
I
Yeah.
can't even sleep. I can't even
Baby,
sleep with my
hey.
socks on. Like if I'm asleep, if I go to sleep with my shoes and my socks on, I wake up in a panic. I feel like somebody has been doing this all night with my foot. Like I wake
Yeah, I don't
up
like sleeping with
Yeah.
socks.
and I can't. So I
That's
definitely
a-
couldn't
yeah.
put no Vaseline.
I fell
which is
asleep with
already
my
like
shoes
But just
on
like
one night,
before
and I
you go
woke
to
up with an
sleep.
ingrown toenail from one
What?
night. Yeah.
How long were you sleep?
I was like, ouch, ouch. What I do? Oh Lord. It was like my foot was resting.
I can't even sleep
in
like
the
with my
wrong
feet
spot.
trapped in
It
the
was
blankets.
horrible.
Like not with no socks on with Vaseline in there, hat. Nah.
Hey,
No go.
luckily you don't have that crust. You must not have that crust.
I
People gotta go to extreme
That
levels.
heel
If you got that,
crust.
yeah,
that heel
yeah.
crust.
You gotta
You
do
don't
it.
want that.
I got a story.
Don't
but
let
I
it get
in
like
trouble
that.
for I get in
Ladies,
trouble.
y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all
Nah,
see
nobody
y'all
at
grandmother
home, nobody-
heel. The
I had an
heel
uncle had
crust
that- had
is
that.
literally a crust, like a heel crust.
And that's just dead
Don't
skin,
let
right?
it
That's
get
just
like
all
that.
dry
It's
skin.
a video. It's a
Top.
Go
video.
on
It's
over
walking
to
with no shoes on.
Yeah,
www.
walking into it. Yep, you're right.
Now, I mean, is that will
Red
now,
dirt.
Now she's talking about heel crust.
Get you
that,
some butter.
Will that natural? We'll just rubbing that on your crusty heel. You know what I'm saying? Really?
No, I'm saying you can't let it get like that. You got to get the butters now, so it won't
I think
get the
you would
heel
have
crust.
to exfoliate.
butters.
Yeah, you
first.
gotta
It's just gonna
exfoliate.
sit on top of
Yeah,
it.
right.
Really. If it's just dead skin, you gotta
Yeah,
get that
take
off
time,
first.
get that off, and then start.
if you-
fresh.
I seen somebody
If
take a
you-
razor and just.
If you get your
online,
butter
just
regimen
slice
now,
it off
get
like
your butter
cheese.
regimen now, ladies. We get our fellas too.
If you a
we
lady
get our
and your
butter
feet look
regimen
like that
now.
and you not 75,
Love
like,
your
you didn't
heels
march
now.
nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
you could cut
when
your
we get
feet
up
with a
in
razor
age-
and not bleed. Something ain't right. You dig what
That
I'm saying?
heel
Like,
crust is
yeah,
me.
That heel crust.
That heel
man.
crust
We just got to be torturing
is
about
not
heel,
no joke.
heel crust.
And
heel
some
feet.
people got the heel crust all over the whole bottom of the whole foot.
Right.
It done grew. It's not even
Say it
heel
done
crust no
grew.
more.
It done
It's
grew.
the whole foot crust. Yes.
It's
That
just a
extra
shoe.
Like a-
padding, right?
like
a little
a
shoe, right?
sleigh.
Like they got a shoe under
Like
that
a
joint, right?
skin slave on the bottom of their foot.
Oh,
So don't let it
Don't
get
do
like that,
feet,
people.
man.
Take care of your feet. You only get one set. If you do have that set, we need to be grateful. Because some
Hey,
people
that'll,
don't
hey,
have
no,
that
no
set.
lie though, that'll ruin the night for me, man. If you
The heel
if you-
crust get you wrong.
where I mean,
It'll cut you. It'll
It'll cut you.
cut you. It'll cut you tonight. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Oh man,
It could be
Oh,
all
man.
silky. All this will be nice
So
and
get
silky.
you, man. Holler
Till you
to
get all the way down to
holler
the
to
heel
people that
crust.
holler Miss Whitney at Red Dirt
And the
because
heel crust will do you in, ladies. Don't let the heel crust do you in. Go get you some butters.
Oh man, oh man, that was a good commercial for Red Dirt right there,
There
man.
you
You
go,
know,
right.
we're gonna have
No
to.
heel crust, right?
Well, before I let you go, one more time your social media and so they know where to get the butters for the crust feet, heel crust.
Heel crust.
And other things, but yeah.
Other
yeah.
things.
It's not
Right.
just for that.
That's just for that.
Specifically,
Versatile.
if you have.
That's just one of the things it can do. Can help you with.
So it's reddirt_natural on IG and reddirthandmade.com.
There we go. There we go.
Thank
Cool.
you
Thank you so
thank you for
much.
coming through.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having
we
me.
definitely appreciate it. Yeah.
$15 in her
crust, yeah.
hand, And y'all got y'all some.
You know we gotta support
Hey, she
our
over here
local
peddling it. She out here
businesses too,
pushing.
man.
She seriously out here pushing it.
She only in a year. She need our support,
That's
y'all.
what's
She
up.
need
That's
our
what's up.
support.
That's what's
And
up.
support
Let's
local
keep
too,
her-
man.
let's keep her
Local-
motivated.
We all
DC
about support
business,
local.
you know.
It's all
you know.
natural. It's all natural. We gotta support that.
Hillcrest. All right, we're gonna take a short break and we'll be right
Quick
back.
break. Quick.
Hillcrest.
New Jones is 22, 24, 26, 32 ounce pretty blue. Stuff in your pump pig, snuffing with my fuck stick. 22 cent booty pig, 24 make movie flip. 26 mile high club, 3 Sims in the bathtub. Geechee for the lap up. Pray to God you meet each other in the mall or something. Ask you to hate me, cause I fucked her best friend. She wanted to be a lesbian. Me too, fat bitch on the E2. Back boom on E2. Beat you, slide to your own walls. Ebony, POV, met you on Pornhub. Hashtag, all caps, fat ass, no water. Bookings, money daughter.
Deontay Wilder. Deontay, you know I be watching.
Oh, the Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder.
No, I
Tyson
didn't
Fury
see
fight,
that.
man.
I didn't see that, but he
Who won?
It was a draw, right?
Yeah, it was a draw.
Yeah, they
was
said it
a
was
draw.
a draw. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody
Tyson-
won and nobody lost. Just
Well, Tyson Fury won the fight. He beat Deontay Wilder up for the portion of the fight, a large portion of the fight. I'm gonna say 10 out of 12, maybe no. Let's say 9 out of 12 rounds. He popped him with the jab, hit him consistently, but
He dropped him, right?
he dropped him twice.
Yeah,
you can't take the champion's belt.
Yeah,
You
can't.
You know, so
You're right.
that was that. I'm a big boxing fan, so I'm trying to see who's gonna duck who. Everybody wants a piece of Anthony Joshua. Hey, it's a dope ass chair in here. I know probably anybody that watches
no bullshit, man.
any
When
show
y'all
that's
get
been on
that
for the
right?
last, whatever. There's a Death Row
Records journal, man.
Death Row Records electric chair.
When y'all get there?
It's gotta be.
When y'all get there, D? That Death Row chair.
within the past 2-3 weeks.
Oh, somebody made it. Damn, that's slick as
Are they
shit.
gonna put that down in the
Yeah, you
the
right.
museum
I
or?
could have been able to. Right. I'm like, oh, that shit ain't been. Yeah, you right. Yeah, I should have been able to put that decipher that.
2-3 weeks, that dream.
Oh yeah, that's tough, man. Hell yeah.
That's tight.
I tell people not to sit in it too, man. Everybody want to take a picture in that joint.
Yeah, I know she gone and everything, but the butter's got my thing shining.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Got my cuticles and all that.
Yeah,
shine.
shout out to
Well, you
Red
know
Dirt,
what's
man. That
crazy?
joint
Shit,
smell
we
good
did
all
too,
that
man.
first, y'all.
Yeah.
It has the
See
appearance.
the shine. See the shine.
It looks like it might be a little harder than it.
Yeah, it looked like it is, and then
But
as soon as you touch it, yeah.
I don't
Then
know,
like
maybe
you
it's
said,
it's
put
a
a nice
body
little
heat thing
sheen
or
on
whatever,
the
but
joint.
it's really nice.
Yeah.
And then it got that lemongrass smell too.
Yeah.
You know, you smelling fresh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out. I like
I
that.
appreciate the fresh smell because I can't walk around smelling, I got a lady and shit. Walk
Right.
around
Too
smelling like a lady.
lavendery.
And some joints smell like medicine-y. You know what I mean? Like they put
yeah.
too much of the, you
much
know.
tea
I
Yeah,
like fresh.
exactly.
Too much
yeah.
patchouli.
I want to smell fresh. That's
Gotta
all
have
I
that
want. I want
balance,
fresh
yeah.
linen, fresh folded towels or whatever. That's how I like to smell. I don't want to smell.
Yeah, that joint nice though, man.
It's nice.
It's almost like a icing type of.
Oh my.
I've been baking all day, all morning.
The butters. The
It seems like, man, Shea Butter's it seems like cocoa butter was the superfood of the 80s.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, that
like,
seems like it's 80s.
Like, that was like,
right. And then Shea came out.
Yeah,
but
really going on.
This is the road we need to be traveling down.
Right.
My test
Yeah, just
for me
more
is-
natural
this
stuff,
my
though.
test right here. That's
Oh
my-
yeah,
Big
yeah, the
keep that
waves
right
and
there
all that. Yeah, if you can get all that
That
right.
joint, I don't care what you do. This joint stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that joint
Especially
pretty
when
good
you
though,
wash your
man.
hands a lot, when you cook a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I noticed right here my thumbs. You know what I'm saying? From fuck it, I say breaking down a lot. My thumbs are shredded.
Breaking
you know,
down.
like
Oh,
it might be a
God.
little.
I
You know,
got you. Yeah, the
I
little
ain't
joint.
smoking that with no big ass stems in it no more and shit like that. But just a little, a little small.
I see what you.
No.
Hey, nah, yeah, we doing the show, bro. We doing the show. We
Probably
live,
not.
man. We live.
But
Yeah, that's pretty good though, man. I ain't gonna lie, that joint is really, really good. Man.
Two Roof Radio.
Too real. Man. We just here,
Love it,
right?
y'all.
We just
Love
here
it,
talking,
love
right?
it.
We too real in this man.
There ain't no cacao, okay.
hey, can I
Where
say
the weed
something?
at? Where the
Can I say
weed
something?
at?
I just want to say this.
Shouts,
Redskins
man.
suck, man.
Damn, you want to talk about the Skins, man?
It was
You heard
just on
about
my
homie,
mind,
right?
Huh?
Dude who got caught on the Redskins.
What?
He DM'd somebody on Instagram and he told him how he felt about the team, but then
Oh,
the dude
team.
came back
yeah,
and told.
You can't come outside. You can't come
Yeah.
outside. You
Yeah.
can't. I mean, you can't go to the club. You can't go to the gay lore. You can't go no. Well, unless they recognize your face. You know what I'm saying? I don't even remember your name at this point, but yeah, he did say.
Yeah, he was like the fan base, fuck the fan base, fuck this and
this
that.
team,
A
fuck the
player
fan
said
A
base.
player said it to a private dude on Instagram. So one of his people he followed, he was like, "Hey, look, man, hit me in the DM." He go in the DM, and then the Bama tell him how he feel about the team. But then dude go back and post what
Of
he
course.
said. Like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
because-
How you gonna confide in a
No,
dude on
I don't give a
Instagram?
fuck.
Like, what you talking
I
about?
don't care who you say it to. Nobody is keeping anything private once you become a celebrity. Once you become famous, or once you become, I don't even know if he's famous, semi-famous. Once you in that area where it matters what you say, or somebody can get a little bit of gas or whatever behind anything that you say, it's out there. And you saying you the defensive captain, and you saying fuck the team,
right? Fuck the fan base
and fuck
all
the
that.
fan
Right.
base,
come on,
like.
man, right.
Then what he gotta do? Come back and apologize.
You know,
that's
I
what-
mean, that's
all
what's
he
gonna
can
happen.
do.
That's all he
That's
can
why
do.
say
is-
what you mean and mean what you
Right.
say.
I think a
and
lot
be
of
able
people
to take
mean
the
what they say the
backlash.
first time though. So
Oh,
if
he
you say the
definitely
first
did.
time,
He
fuck the
meant
fan
it.
base, he meant it.
He meant it.
Now he gonna have to go and clean it up. Oh, I'm sorry.
He meant
I was caught up in the heat of the moment. What in the DM? In the
And I'm sure somewhere in
private
his
chat room?
contract that he can't do that.
Hey, see, let
If
me
that
know.
was my
Oh,
team,
man.
he
I
would've
see,
been out
you.
here.
I
I was
see,
just
you
thinking
hitting up every single little
Yes,
piece.
all the
I see,
creases.
you
It,
see.
it just feels.
All
I mean,
the
you know,
creases.
actually, this part right here just
I'm
doing
telling
this
you, man.
right,
Right, feels
it's
good.
not-
That's a good
it's
shout
not-
to her
it's
though,
not
man. It's a
overly
really good
thick.
oil, man.
And then once you
Red
rub it in
dirt.
for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, your hands aren't left greasy or nothing like that. I'm thinking you got to rub that on somebody's booty, man.
So
That
put it
booty.
on the wood, yeah.
That big old
Hey, that's my
booty.
favorite.
Hey,
That
that
song
booty.
is all right with that video. That's my video. Just because he a little midget with $1, a little...
Mike Tyson on the booty.
No person. He in that joint with a bigger bill. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, copyright that booty.
Oh, man.
Woo.
Well, it's been another good one.
Another good one as always, man. Another good one to be back in
I
the
really
seat.
did want
Lovely to be back, y'all.
Chuck, I'm sorry. I was supposed to bring you some from Beard Organics. They had some beard oil for us.
Oh, that would
You
be
know what I'm saying?
tight.
But
That'd
I
be tight.
forgot it. It was all my
It's
fault.
all good. We can get up on some of that though.
That's what happens when you baking and shit. You just keep tasting shit, and you just end up like this at the end of the night and shit. But yeah, so I'm gonna definitely get that to you. We can test it out,
All right, cool.
see how it does.
Cool.
I got some spots I'm worried about. Now, my beard not really doing what I wanted to do.
Something like
So
Yeah,
we
check
can
that
get
out.
together.
Let me see.
I don't do nothing to it. I just let it grow. I don't like it. I
Yeah,
don't-
so you got the different texture, man. See, mine come out and come back in.
Yeah,
and,
it's
you
soft
know,
right
yeah.
here, then it's a little thick right
I don't,
here.
I don't really like it though. I don't like having a
Yours.
beard. I
That
just
joint
grow
gonna
it
cut your
because
hands. See, you gonna cut your fingers on that joint. See?
I think maybe because the different
Try to get a
lengths.
little, yeah.
The
But see, mine's
shorter-
don't get
the
long like
shorter it
this.
is, the stubblier.
But mine's don't get long. The longer it gets, the more it's just gonna
bush up.
more on each. Like I can't get it to
The
come
coils.
Like, yeah, it's gonna get the coils
my
gonna get
beard.
thicker.
But
Right.
see, mine starts
I can't get
going-
yours how
but I
yours
start
come
getting-
out.
See, like I get stuff like where like I be sitting around watching TV and it be like tickling me in my ear and shit, and I be like, nah, young, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking it, and then You know what I'm
Soon
saying?
it's gonna be start coming from the inside of your ear out. You're gonna be
That's
like,
enough.
what the?
That's when you
It's
get
so
old.
growing.
Yeah, that's when you're old.
That's when you're old. That's
All
what-
the hair just connecting at one
It's
point,
gonna
right?
Granddad,
It's gonna
that's
happen.
what granddad
It's gonna happen.
had.
That's
Shit,
what
oh,
you gotta
man.
look forward to.
But yeah, nah, that
All
definitely.
this already starting to connect. It's already.
Oh, it been connected. All it's been connected.
Yes.
Like my Barbies have to make.
So if
make
you
lines
never
and
cut
shit.
it, it would just be a hole where your ear was,
Yeah.
and all it just is just
Oh, yeah.
eventually
All
just
right
be
here,
hair.
all back here, all.
Wow.
Oh man, I mean it stopped like right here. It ain't,
Right.
I ain't walking
It's a
around
gap.
like the Wolfman.
It's a
You
gap.
said it stopped like down here.
It stopped like right
that's
here.
regular.
Shit,
Yeah,
you know
that
what
shit
I'm
stopped
saying?
off right
I ain't
here.
walking
Gap
around
did
in
more
it.
hair.
Right.
I ain't walking around with a sweater on and shit. You know, I'm not. That's
shit.
not why I'm sweating all day and shit. I'm just hat for real. That's all. I just run hat. The doctor
Yeah.
said I run hat. It's
Like
okay.
a big ass explanation point. Just
But it do. All right.
That's what you said though. But nah, sometimes man, the head, man, the way it grow, man, be funny.
I love a
Then you gotta
beardy.
train it too.
But
man.
I actually don't
Beardy
like none
guys,
of this
keep
shit.
the beardies.
It constantly grows. It grows and it grows and it grows and it just won't stop.
grows,
So
and it's
I
not
would
gonna
much
stop.
rather it to just like get like a length like yours and stop.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got gaps in it and all that shit. That's why they said I needed the Beardo. That's why Beard Organics was hooking us up.
Yeah,
with
well,
that, like,
I want to
so
check
then
that
you
joint
got
out.
so you could keep it low.
I guess I don't know. It's a struggle, man. It's a constant struggle. My son, he got his little mustache or whatever, and he was saying today, I want my beard to go like yours. I was like, nah, you don't, man, because it's
Prickly.
in your mouth, it's in your head.
everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, it's a. I tried to let it grow where it would just cover like the whole, just over the lip, over the, just all this
Get
grow out,
everything,
all
huh?
this, just let it just. But it be in your mouth. How
It
you eat?
lip, just-
I bit a sandwich tonight before I came. I had bit this sandwich. It had some kind of sauce on it. I got a good bite. It was a good sandwich. It was a chicken sandwich. And I went to wipe my mouth and it was nothing right here. All the sauce, all right here. Just
Wow.
on the side, just ushed out the side.
Wow.
It's clinging to my beard. It's probably
Yeah.
just. I washed it good though. I did wash before I came and shit. But it's a struggle, man. It's not what's up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Life is good, y'all. Don't let life get you down. Love yourself. Love your neighbor.
What's this? Is it next week? I think next week's. I think we have our next show is stocking stuffers. There's a whole show on stocking stuffers. A bunch of great stuff for Christmas type of shit. You know, great little gifts. Even if you don't
Stocking
celebrate.
stuffer.
Even if you don't celebrate.
Just great items to have.
Yeah, just great. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to we had a couple people that canceled today, but shout out to them. They were supposed to come through bad weather, bad traffic. Almost got in like 3 accidents on the way down here. I've been driving
be more
lately and shit,
careful.
so it's terrible. You know
It
what I'm
wouldn't
saying?
be right if it didn't rain. It had to be rain.
What's wrong with people that driving when it's raining? And they suck,
It
yo.
wouldn't be
They
right.
suck ass, man. It's just
What's
some
wrong
water.
with people driving, period? Because people need to put the phones down and pay attention to the road.
You shouldn't even be on your phone when
What I'm saying, man, you can see it. People,
We got in DC. Y'all need to do
disgusting.
something about this lighting, and this lighting is terrible on the streets. You can't see the fucking lines. You can't see you put these fucking crosswalks in the middle of the goddamn street. You got people walking out in front of buses. You can't see them. Ain't no light to tell you to stop. This fucker's wearing all black. This shit is dark. It's
bright lights
terrible.
coming at you the other
Coming
way.
at you the other way, and then somebody
2 feet
popping
away.
out. And it's terrible. I drive like 20. I drive like an old man. I drive like I drive like I'm hot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
I drive like I'm
God.
dirty and shit. Like this nigga dirty. I know he got like keys in that joint. He driving slow as shit. No, just don't want to hit nobody. I don't think I told my lady this. I'm not built like that. Like I think if I had to go do something to somebody for a reason, then I would be okay with that because I know that's what I'm going to do. I can't run over nobody by accident and shit, and they die and shit, and be like, damn, I ran over somebody by accident. I ran over a cat once. I felt terrible. You know what I'm saying?
my
I mean,
goodness. I've never killed anything.
I ran over my neighbor's cat
Damn. You
while
kill it?
driving like 5 miles per hour. Like I saw the cat come out
not
the house.
neighbor.
I was coming down my
Oh,
street,
my God.
dead end. This is where I used to live at. I'm coming down slow. I see the cat. He can just hear it. I see the cat run out.
Oh my God.
I stop my truck. The cat, I don't see the truck. The cat come out the other side. I'm looking. The lady's looking. We're both looking. We don't see it. I take my foot off the gas. I'm gonna take my foot off the brake and just get the cruise. And some just say boom, boom.
Oh my goodness.
And she looked at me. I looked at her like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Oh
come
my
on, man.
God.
She
Yeah,
wasn't
it was
mad
her
or whatever.
cat.
She
It was her
wasn't
Yeah,
mad
it was
though.
her cat. The kids
Oh
saw
my
it. Her two kids
goodness.
saw it.
No, not the kids.
And I was cool with the kids. I used to have snowball fights with the kids.
Oh
Whenever
my
it used to snow,
God,
they used to be at my house
snowball.
ready to. And it was terrible. I felt really bad. And I had this big. That's when I had the big truck and all that.
And you said you was going slow?
I stopped,
man.
and and didn't hit anything. I just stopped sitting in the middle of the street and nothing. I looked at her, she looked at me, and we both did like this. I said, like, you see it? She was like, nope. And as soon as I started, bloom, 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 bloom.
Oh, man. John was right there.
Slow death.
Crunch, I heard it, felt it. Just
Oh my
Right,
God!
you
You
just
heard
on
it
that shit,
and
bro.
felt
That's
it.
what
The
I'm
crunch
saying,
of it
man.
all.
I wasn't even going 2
Oh
miles per
my
hour when I ran it over.
God.
I didn't hit the gas, and I just took my
The
foot.
kids.
And what y'all do
saw it
afterwards?
and
Did y'all,
everything.
scrape it up or let it just stay
Nah,
there?
Scrape
I mean,
it up.
I think it
Yeah,
ran for when it
scrape
ran. When I hit it, when I ran over, it didn't die immediately. It ran off, and that was it. I asked her if she wanted me to get her another cat. She
Oh,
was
it
like,
did
nah,
run
we
off
cool.
though,
We
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I was like, damn, so I feel bad about it.
Oh my God!
The little dude probably like 20 something now.
He was
His
able to
daughter
run
gotta
off
be-
though.
Oh,
Woo!
he died. He definitely died. That was the last
He
we
used
saw of
his
that
last,
cat. Yeah.
Went
his
somewhere to
last
die.
fight
His ass
to
out the
run
street.
over.
Yeah. And he
Went
ran far. He
somewhere
ran
to
across the
rest.
street. That was it. That was crazy. It was. I felt terrible.
So let me get
Rest
out the
in
road.
peace, little
man.
man.
In front of his family, she got ran over by the neighbor that they think is cool. That we have
He
fun
lives
with.
on
Cool
through
black.
his death story. He lives on.
Yeah, he lives on through you. You know what I mean? Right, there you go.
Damn,
Right. Shit, man.
So yeah, I'm not built like that though. I'm not a person. A cat, I'm cool. You know, but a person by accident, nah. It's a rough jump. It's heavy in here now.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Fucking cat. The hell out of it. It's heavy. Fuck cat. I hate cats. I'm not. Peter, don't come after me. I don't hate cats. I just don't think an animal that doesn't need its owner is a good pet.
What animal you know like?
I like animals. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I don't like,
I like
possums.
cats.
Like
Possum.
the look of a possum just throw me off.
They're
but-
great. They're nature's garbage disposal. They don't carry rabies. They eat all the dead shit. They're actually very
Helpful.
yeah, and they don't want to fuck with you. They just do that to make you think that they're scary. They're really some punks and shit.
Yeah, they are right. They'll run away from you or something.
Nothing.
Right, they be like nothing. Right, they be like, this shit, right. Right, and they just fall
That's
over.
what's over here. I'm gonna play dead and shit. What kind of defense is that? I'm gonna play dead. I'm gonna try to scare you first.
My God.
And if that don't work, I'm gonna fall off and shit.
What about you?
I
You
just
got
don't do
anyone?
frogs.
Frogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Like the
just-
big joints, small joints, any type of
Any,
joint.
any size joints.
Yeah.
I don't care. The
seen a
little
big-
tiny teeny ones, the really
big
medium
one
sized
out
ones,
there. Yeah,
the
the big
fucking
fat
big
joints
ones.
that
I
be
don't
having,
do
yeah.
them.
I
None
seen
of
a
them.
big joint out of Arizona. This dude
Oh,
bring
God.
your bullfrog.
God.
It's fucking huge.
Say bullfrog. Yeah.
Ugly shit I ever seen.
Oh my
Right.
God, it's horrible. It's
Like a
horrible.
massive green.
It's horrible. The brown ones, oh God. The little green neon ones.
My dog tried to eat one when we lived over the fort. You know they're all around the fort.
Yeah, they all
When
around that
Like
joint,
right
yeah.
now, you probably walking down the street, you might not see it, but it's a frog. It's a little massive.
I have stories. That's why it's not just
they
like
be
I
around.
just pick frogs and then like them. They pick me and then
I mean,
like
I don't
me.
not like any. I just like I said,
They
cats.
do.
Yeah.
I don't need a fucking pet with an attitude. Like fuck you, man, your attitude. Like I call you, you don't come. I don't want to
What
fuck with
cat?
you. Yeah, you come and shit. I let you out. You leave for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. You come back
Right,
home.
they be on their own shit.
Like, yeah, fuck you.
Come
dude.
back home
Yeah.
pregnant.
Like independent.
Come back home pregnant and shit. You looking at me like where I been at, nigga? Fuck,
Right.
fuck you been at?
Right.
Like you know, fuck a
Right.
cat, man. Nah.
Come back home dirty, stinking,
Yeah.
wanting to eat and shit.
Get an attitude, go piss in your closet, go shit in your shoes and shit like that. And then want to be loved and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah. They cool though. I feed them if they outside and shit. I can feed the ones that around my house.
They beat a dog up. I
Hey
seen
yo, I seen my dog get his ass whooped by
Cat crush a
Russell
dog.
got his ass whooped by a cat before.
Okay,
Bad
got
it
it.
the fuck up.
Stand up on their hind legs,
Yeah,
clip.
get out of this,
That nigga looked lost. He was like looking at me. I was like, nigga, you the dog. That's your enemy. I'm cool with cats.
Said cat got him though. Dang.
Well, this has been another one, man.
Another
one
good
in the
one, man.
books.
Another good one in the books,
I
man.
had to put the top on to stop. See, look, not greasy or nothing, man. Y'all check that out, man. Definitely, man. It smells wonderful, man. Red dirt.
Feeling good
Right.
afterwards.
RedDirtHomemade.com.
Not greasy at all.
Yep.
Supporting local, man.
And Red Dirt
You can feel it
underscore
soaking in.
I am
homemade on IG. Yep.
sufficiently hydrated. Your man C.
Jen Strong, lover of life. We was in here once again.
Always, your man Chuck. Another good one in the books.
And this has been the one,
The
the
only,
only, the
Too
Too
Real
Real
Radio.
Radio. Love y'all. See y'all next week.
Check